guys, it's Bailey. Welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for tuning in to what's going to be a video all about my monthly beauty favorites. We all know the drill, we know what's about to go down, so let's just go ahead and dive in. First thing I want to start off with are some nails. I have discovered a new brand of press-on. For those of you who might not know, I'm obsessed with press-on nails, like pretty much exclusively wear press-ons over painting my nails or any other method of nail, like gels or dip powders, things like that. I'm a press-on kind of girl. They're super affordable, easy to apply, no dry time. Love them. I recently discovered a new brand on Instagram called Super DX, and I've worn two of their styles recently, and I've been getting lots of questions about them. So they are very similar to Impress. If you're not familiar, they are sold like in drugstores. They have pre-applied adhesive. So the adhesive is already on the back. You just peel this little sticky tape off and stick it onto your nails. Super easy to apply. I find they last so long on me, like well beyond a week, especially if I prime my nails with nail polish remover. It just gets rid of the excess oil that might come between your natural nail and the adhesive. They just last so long on me, and these are no different. The two styles that I have tried are actually very similar. The one I'm wearing today is Mojito Shimmer, and it's this gorgeous mirrored seafoam chrome kind of color that I've been living for now that it's finally getting warmer and starting to feel more like spring and summer. And then the other one I had, I think is called Up So High. It's basically there are 4 styles in this one collection based on the nursery rhyme song, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I don't know, you get what I'm saying. But they all are in that theme, and while all of them have all the styles within the collection of different colors, they all have this interesting ridged texture that make them so multifaceted, and like as they reflect light, all of the ridges the texture does, it looks like twinkling stars. So I totally get it. It's the only time I've ever seen that kind of texture in a nail, and that's really what initially drew me into this brand once I found them on Instagram. So I picked up, I think, 5 different styles from them, and I'm slowly making my way through them. I do want to do a full-on try-on so you can actually see the styles worn, get a better understanding for how to apply if you're not so familiar with press-ons, but just know, I've really been liking the styles that I've tried. Now for foundation, I changed my foundation game up at the beginning of the month of April, switching from my Fenty Beauty, which I had been loving for a couple months prior to that, to something a little bit dewier, a little bit lighter, which you probably won't trust me when I tell you the foundation, but trust me. I switched to a combination of LA Girl Pro Coverage HD or High Def Long Wear Illuminating Foundation. What a mouthful. Mine, for reference, is the shade GLM 644 Natural. It's a tad too deep for me, but when I mix it with the True Match Lumi Glotion from L'Oreal, I've been using 901 Fair Glow, I put about equal parts of this on my face, and it really thins out. I mean, it doesn't really thin out the coverage of the LA Girl because this is so full coverage, but I've just found it really adds that supercharged glow that I've been loving on my skin lately, and it thins out the coverage enough to where I don't have to worry about overdoing it, because what I was finding with the Fenty is that I didn't need to mix something like this in to get the glow, but it's kind of a thicker consistency, so I found it was really easy for me to overdo it. So I was looking for something a little bit lighter but still full coverage, and so I decided to change things up with this combination. Really liked it until I placed my Sephora VIB sale order, and I ordered the Sunday Riley the Influencer Foundation, and it's more of a satin, less of an overt glow across the skin and more of a satin finish, which I really like, and there's just something about it that makes it look more like second skin than this combination does. I don't know what it is about it. I've just really been liking the coverage and the finish to this over these two mixed together. I can't explain it. I'm sure I'll vacillate back and forth, but have just really been liking this in the meantime. Although I will say, this has medium to full coverage, and I don't think this is nearly as full coverage as I could have gotten this duo, just because the LA Girl is so stinking full coverage. So maybe that might make a difference to you if you want that more buildable coverage and yet still an amazing flawless glow. This duo might be for you over the Influencer Foundation, but I've really also been liking this. Then for concealer, I also, in my Ulta haul, got the Revolution, the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define, this that is supposed to be a dupe or something close to the Tarte Shape Tape. My shade is C4. I really liked it initially. It gave great coverage. It was hydrating enough to where it didn't sink into fine lines. It wasn't unflattering to kind of drier, crepier skin that I might have, especially due to allergies, but it wasn't lasting. Even if I set it with my favorite setting powder, I just noticed that, not that long through the day, I would see wear and my dark circles would already be showing through, especially right here in the inner corner. So I had to go, but it's not bad. but it's not my favorite. I went back to my true holy grail, which, as many of you might know, is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Waterproof. This has stuck with me for, I don't know, at least 6 months at this point. And mine is in the shade 1C Light Cool. I love this. And you get so much product in here. I don't know that I could ever go through this in a lifetime, even with using it every day. I love it. Now let's talk about the eye game. I changed it up this month with a new palette, or a new to me palette. Doesn't need an introduction. It's the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. I have no idea why, or honestly how I held out until the most recent Ulta sale to get this, because it has been a staple in my routine every single day since I've gotten it. And how could it not? It's so easy to work with and incorporate all of these neutrals, mattes, shimmers, warm, cool, berries, you name it. This palette has it, including these fun shades down here, which I haven't gotten into just yet. I'm just waiting for a weekend situation to make it happen, and really, I've had more than enough other shadows to play with in the meantime. This palette really is everything that I had hoped for. Love that. Then for the face, I have a latecomer. I mean, slid into the list of April favorites just in the nick of time. It's the Physicians Formula Butter Collection palette. This is in light medium. They sent this to me, and I mean, truly, I've had it like less than a week, and I'm, again, just like the Jaclyn Hill, already fallen in love, already used it every day, and wearing it today. And part of me could have predicted I would love it because it has my one of my all-time favorites, maybe my all-time favorite drugstore bronzer, the Butter Bronzer in bronzer. It's still, the naming convention just confuses me. And it also has their highlighter formula, but in 2 new and exclusive and limited edition shades for this palette. Then it also comes with a fragrance. I won't go too much into detail because I just posted a video reviewing this, but just know I'm obsessed. I mean, this highlight is blowing my mind. Every time I wear it, I just like want to apply more, and then soon I find I have it like on my body, on my places where I don't typically highlight. I make it a point to highlight because it just needs to be taken out and shown a little love, or a lot of love. Still no launch date on this guy, but a lot of you guys in the comment section of the review of this said you were already finding it in Walmart. So if you can't wait, if you just happen to find yourself at Walmart, go take a stroll down your beauty aisle because yours might have already put this out. Otherwise, like I said in that video, just check physiciansformula.com if you're dying to get this because it will launch there too. But again, they still haven't put out an announcement or like a launch date. And the pricing, yeah, you have to, even if you're mildly curious about this, you have to get it because everyone that has commented on the video said it's going to be less than $12, like $11.88 or something like that, which given all the products you get inside is an absolute steal. So yes, definitely go check that out. And last are the lips. I've been wearing this like crazy in videos, and every time I do, I get questions from you guys about what I'm wearing. It has always been this. It's the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Penelope Pink, which ironically, I don't characterize as pink at all. Maybe it's coming off a little pink here on camera, but it's like a true nude with a very slight pink undertone. Pink enough to wear on my skin tone. I find it keeps me from looking dead, which, as with any nude, it can happen if you don't find the right one for your skin tone, but that is what keeps this just the right shade of nude to look okay on my lips, and I love it for that. It is nude, so it balances out a stronger eye if that's what I'm going for that day, but it also has enough pigment and enough contrast with my skin through that pink undertone that I could also wear it with like a very bare face and minimal eye and still get that kind of contrast that I'm after. It's just been my go-to nude, and it's a comfortable lipstick. There's really no complaints about that. Relatively long wearing because it's on the thicker side of things. It has kind of a balmy texture, but once that wears away through eating and drinking, the pigment still stays there for a little bit of time. So it's not a stain by any means. It's not going to stain your lips. It will totally transfer. But as far as lipsticks go, it's relatively long wearing without being comfortable on your lips. And that's really all I can ask for in a lipstick. And really, you should, because Charlotte Tilbury ain't cheap, but I do think it's so worth it when you find the right lipstick for you. So that is it for me, guys. Those are all of my beauty favorites for the month of April. As always, I would love to hear what yours are in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.